Samara dreamed last night. Her dream threw her into the same situation she was in the day she was cursed. Samara saw the lake and the swan she was talking to. She watched the swan swim around. The Mara wandered off a bit, and she went home and got her purse, and she was talking to the swan. She said, "They told me to leave my purse at home, but I went home and got it so I could show you this awesome glow-in-the-dark straw." Oh, the swan said, "Well, it is amazing." She put the straw back in her purse, and she said, "Can humans talk to swans?" The swan said, "No." Samara said, "What about?" Then she was cut off with, "I'm over there," with the queen stomped over to Samara. Samara turned around and saw the queen. She knew the law. She sat down quickly. Her heart punched her left rib cage multiple times as she waited for her to approach. Samara was short on breath. Every second felt like a year. Before the queen could speak, Samara knew how this dream was going to end. Therefore she tried to wake up. Then the queen said, "Stay away from my husband, you whore." Samara was shocked. She jumped to her feet for some reason. Then she turned and started to run. She felt the queen chasing her. Finally she woke up. Samara woke up and freaked out. She thought, "Wow, I am surprised I did not dream about that hell earlier." Samara stared at the ceiling. She thought, "This sucks. What am I going to do? Maybe someday I will forget about this forever." Though consciously she knew that would never happen, she looked around the room for something to think about instead. However, she was stuck thinking about her dream. She prayed, "God, help me go back to sleep in Jesus' name. Amen." She lay there for a little bit. Soon she fell asleep again. This time, she dreamed of mountains sliding. She stayed asleep until morning. The next morning, Samara woke up. She was no longer bothered by what happened in her dream last night. She got out of bed and began her day. Samara ate breakfast with her family. Then Clea said, "Mum, can we call Connor now?" Her mother said, "Yes, however, if she wants to sell your ceramics, one of you has to take it to Colonna and the other has to stay with Samara. We can't leave Samara alone." Her mother continued, "Also, whoever takes the stuff to Colonna, you must not walk through the meadow. You must walk the path that is the least taken by others." Amara thought, "I hate to be the one who holds my sisters and me back. However, I need to stay here for my own good." Clea said, "Okay, Mum, we will do that." Their parents said their goodbyes and hugged their daughters before they left. Soon they all finished eating. Clea got her phone out to go call Colonna. Odric said, "Wait, are you sending me with the ceramics, or are you going to take them to her?" Samara thought, "I won't be going." Clea said, "Should I call her first and see if she wants them?" Odrica shook her head no and said, "No, we need to figure out who is going first." Clea said, "So do you want to stay here?" Odric said, "Yes, I want to." Clea nodded and said, "Okay, I will tell her I am the one who is coming." Clea walked away so she could talk on the phone. Clea called Colonna. She waited as the phone rang. Soon Con answered the phone. She said, "Hello." Clea said, "Hi, this is Clea, the daughter of Ida Bonning." Con smiled and said, "I know who you are. Is Samara okay?" Clea said, "Yes," but Con interrupted. Yes, that is good." Clea waited for a second for her to finish her statement. Then Clea added, "Yes, can we sell some of our ceramics at your store?" Kalna thought, "Wow, that was unexpected." Then she said, "Of course, I will." Clea was excited, so she said, "Well, thank you so much." Kalna said, "You can come in any time," and dropped some off. Clea accidentally, from excitement, said, "Oh, I will. Goodbye, Kalna." She said, "Bye, see you soon." They hung up. Clea said, "Okay, let's gather everything up." The girls began to gather everything up. After wrapping everything up and putting them in boxes, Clea took some of it with her. Odric started taking her pieces away from the boxes they were put in. Amara almost said something, then Clea cut in and said, "Lobrica, what are you doing?" She got mad and said, "Well, I don't fucking know." Ulrika was red in the face under her makeup as she gathered up her creations. Ulrika was red in the face under her makeup as she gathered up her creations. Ulrika got irritated. Then she said, "My shit will not sell like yours, and Samara's, mine are all crap." Clea tried not to match her rage, therefore she said, "You never know until you try. Let's just see how it goes." Ulrika said, "No." Samara said, "Wait, girls." Clea and Ulrika looked at Samara. Samara said, "How about just one or two of Ulrika's pieces go, and Ulrika can choose which one or two she puts in." Audrica was embarrassed at how bad her work was, therefore she thought, I don't want any pieces to go, I better send 1 or 2, therefore they leave me alone. Audrica was embarrassed at how bad her work was, therefore she thought, I don't want any pieces to go, I better send 1 or 2, therefore they leave me alone. Once they finished putting the ones in the box that they wanted to sell, Clea took the box with her. She said, bye girls, they both said bye, then Clea started her journey to corner shop. After a little bit, Samara began to talk to Audrica. She said, so now what should we do? Audrica said, actually we should be getting ready to move. Samara nodded. Then they walked back to their room. Samara and Audrica began to pack silently. Samara thought, I wonder if I should ask her about the ceramics she is mad about. Well, there is no reason to get her mad. I better shut up. Amira said, so where do you think Mum and Dad will move us? Audrica said, well, I honestly have no idea. I mean, they should move us far away from here. Would be safest for you. Samara said, yeah, we might go to another state. Won't that be weird? Audrica nodded and said, yeah. Samara said, should we pack Clea's stuff for her? Audrica thought for a moment she probably would want to do it herself. What if we break something? Well, it would be nice to help her out. Audrica said, I think we should. Samara said, yeah, since she is selling our ceramic stuff and making us money, we could do this for her. Audrica rolled her eyes after she heard the word ceramics. Samara noticed. Then Samara and Audrica began to pack Clea's stuff for her. After a little bit, Clea returned home, and their parents returned home, and the parents talked to the girls about the house they looked at over supper, and they all got ready for bed. They all said their prayers and went to sleep.